And we're live. Christmas time, dorm talk. You got your boys after a little bit of a hiatus. Knew you wanted to be home and hang out with your families. Couldn't spend some portion of your time with us. We are four socially competent teens out here talking to you with real opinions, real minds, and real followers on Twitter. Not 97% fake followers on Twitter. I'm out here throwing shots on Christmas, baby.
I know, seriously.
I'm dropping the New Year's Eve fireworks on you. Yeah, I know. We know. All right? All 12,000 of your phony followers, they're watching us. Okay? All your fake porn stars on your account and your ads and all that stuff. Yeah.
Let's go.
They're on us. All right? So you can do whatever you want. You can make your little fake show. No, this is the real thing. This is the real deal.
I'm going to go tweet out the inactive list real quick, too.
Absolutely. Yeah, bam.
My sources tell me.
My sources have
Jeff
informed me.
On Twitter.
Tully and Prisco off the top rope early. I love it.
The NFL.com site
has to be done.
Emailed me personally with this information.
Has to be done.
All right.
Has to be done.
So with that on the note, what did everybody get for Christmas?
Like I was saying earlier when we had our little incident. I got trolled pretty hard. For Christmas. I got a Tom Brady doll. I thought it was funny. I thought it was good. I'll sleep with it most nights of the week.
You got a nice little box of cigars, though, right?
I did. Yeah, I'm an old man. I got a box of cigars and Brady Manning by Gary Myers, which I'm pretty excited to read.
You think you're an old man, dude. I got a message from Pandora yesterday thanking me for listening to my top James Taylor radio.
That was awesome. That was good.
I was like, oh, God. And you know what? I love it. I love James Taylor.
Embrace it.
Exactly. Take to the highway, won't you lend me your name? George, what'd you get?
Two best gifts. My dad bought me a really nice driver.
What kind did you get?
I cannot remember the brand for the life of me, but it's got graphite, so it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I have no idea how to hit a driver. I've been teeing off with my 8-iron most of the time on par 5.
Oh, there you go.
My golf game's pretty shitty.
I'll teach you.
Yeah, and then Santa brought me pneumonia, which is awesome. So
pneumonia is always great.
Better than crap.
It's fun, gift that keeps on giving. Spent the evening in the ER. Made some friends there, so that was a good time. Connection. That's what the holidays are about.
No, I know a guy that Santa gave him crabs, so consider yourself lucky.
Wow. Okay.
Could be
worse.
I don't know enough about crabs to know if they go away, so I don't really have any more to that joke. But Dave, how about you?
It's pretty good. My sister really loaded me up on the Pats gear, so I'm going to be all set for today. Can't really say much else. Got to spend a good time with my family, good food. Had a Yankee swap with all my cousins. Everybody bought booze, so
classic.
That'd be a pretty good gift if it was just a booze swap.
Yeah, we were like, we'll just I'll just get this, and you look around and you're opening it, and I think it was.
No, but it'd be cool. You just
I think it was
the kind of
two
booze
gifts that weren't booze.
That's cool.
I got one of them though, and I will say it's fantastic. It's a shirt.
Don't you have to keep it locked until you're 21?
No, I have a shirt. I got one of the gifts that wasn't booze, is what I'm saying. It's a shirt that has Bobby Orr's face on top of like Marlon Brando's body from The Godfather, and then it just says like The
Marlon
Godfather.
Brando.
Well, that would make you a loser.
Top of Marlon Brando.
All right, so what did I get? I got this fancy new microphone for, prime podcasting and videoing. So
that's big time.
Get a couple hot podcasts out there for you. I know you guys always love to hear what I have to say. I got Guitar Hero Live because I'm a little kid and I'm loving it. I'm sitting in the basement strumming. I got a sore shoulder already. They got some great tunes. I'm playing some Carrie Underwood on there, and I got my microphone now that you can plug into the PlayStation and sing. So, the next time that he cheats, it won't be on me. So I'm jamming to that. I'm going to Winter Classic, which is sweet.
Same.
Be able to see some pretty solid videography. Hopefully, I don't know. We might be.
We're gonna watch the Bruins lose 2-1 to the Canadians.
No, they're taking the dub. The Bruins last night. Bruins last night kind of disappointing. I was in the movie, so I didn't. But I was following. I got my new Microsoft Band, and I was getting my notifications. It's great. I got my Bruins updates on my watch.
Well, I got my Bruins updates watching good pieces of that game, and they got somehow physically beat up by the Sabres in the third period, which made no sense. But what can you do about the Bruins?
It's not Celtics are the Bruins anymore, man.
It's just the pride of BU, Jack Eichel just controlling the game, you know.
We'll see about that.
Can't say any more about than that.
We'll see about if he's the pride of BU.
Good to see he's taking control of stuff. Let's see. All right, so Christmas, we hit Christmas. What'd you guys do on Christmas Eve? Anything fun?
Yeah, we had like a bunch of fish like we always do. That was great.
What's your top fish?
I know mine.
I'm just a shrimp guy, man. I love it.
Gotta be salmon. Gotta be salmon.
Salmon? Okay.
Yeah,
George, what do you have?
Straight bass all day. It only counts if you catch it yourself.
Do you have hospital food, George?
What'd you say?
You have hospital food?
No, I wasn't there long enough. I was begging for it, but
I guess I'm like a cornball. I'm like a cornball white guy because my favorite fish is lobster. And I don't even know if that counts. No,
that's
Does that count?
That's good stuff. That's good
stuff.
Right.
If it counts, it counts. If not, like fish sticks.
It comes from the sea. It counts.
Yeah. I don't really like fish. Shrimp, I can eat shrimp. I like shrimp. And I love clams, but clams don't really count either. Mussels?
Mussels are good.
Big mussels.
It's seafood.
I'm an oyster guy. I got really into oysters this summer.
Mussels, I never liked mussels, and then I went on vacation with Nick Marafa, and we got mussels at every meal. And Matt Yarabicki and I ate
Based on meeting his dad a couple times, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, dude, the guy knows how to eat. It was awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome.
He's a legend.
All right.
Let's get to Manning.
Let's get to the story
I need
that nobody is talking about, but we are. We're talking about it, and we're talking about it in full, complete sentences, not awkwardly. Peyton Manning last night, Al Jazeera, which apparently is a credible news source that I've never heard of. So they reported that Peyton Manning, Julius Peppers, Ryan Zimmerman, and one other notable athlete, among others, were tested positive or were provided HGH in 2011, although none of them ever failed a test. And NFL doesn't really test as hard as some of the other leagues.
Right. Policy's a bit flawed, no question.
You remember 2011 was the year Peyton Manning was coming back from that neck surgery. Everybody wants to burn him at the stake. The statement has since been retracted, but it's out there, and people don't like to let the David Ortiz rumors slip. They didn't like to let X, Y, Z. So Matt, what do you got on your boy Peyton Manning?
All right, so you guys know I hate Peyton Manning as much as anybody hates Peyton Manning, but we have to face the facts here. Peyton Manning deserves the benefit of the doubt, the same way Tom Brady deserved the benefit of the doubt, and this is why Patriots fans are going to be salty about this. And obviously, I think the treatment of Brady was ridiculous during Deflategate, and I hope the treatment of Manning is a little bit different. Because, like I said, he deserves the benefit of the doubt. The argument is going to be made, and this is only going to be not my argument. This is going to be the argument. Is that Manning came off a neck injury in which he said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to play at the same level again. He said, and other doctors said he'll never be able to play at the same level again. The next year he came out through 37 touchdowns, 4,800 yards. The year after that, broke records in the passing yardage and passing TDs. Year after that was solid until he had his midseason collapse, and now all of a sudden, which is supposedly to be the period where he's off the HGH, he's been falling off the map, especially with arm strength. Arguments interesting. I think it can be made. I just don't think it's necessary. I don't think there's any facts to back any of that up. So I'm going to give Peyton the benefit of the doubt. I feel kind of bad.
Right.
But the report is out there from a credible source.
All right, you guys want to? Here's why Peyton Manning isn't getting the attention. One, Peyton Manning might as well be retired right now. Right? He hasn't done anything. Why doesn't he retire? He hasn't done anything in 10 weeks, and when he did it, he threw 5 interceptions in the first half. In the same game, he broke the passing record. Well, in the game before, he had a chance. He threw a pick instead of breaking it, which I'm sure you guys all love. Also, this is the first accusation of malpractice that Peyton Manning has had. And whether the Spygate accusations or all the other stuff against the Patriots was against Brady, once Deflategate targeted Brady, who already is disliked. Like, people don't like Brady because Brady wins all the time. Brady's good. He's good looking. He's got the hot wife, the whole thing. Peyton Manning kind of relates more to the non-Patriots fans because they're like, oh, he's a normal bum. He's just out there. People like him.
How's he a normal bum? He's born into football royalty.
Well, but he's from the South. He looks like he's an idiot, but he's smart. He's a good football player. He played for the Colts.
Bullshit. I see what you're saying.
Played for the Colts in their nice blue jerseys, and he was Batman to Brady's the Joker. So people
I like that.
Support Manning regardless. Also, does Peyton Manning look like the kind of guy who used HGH? I mean, my arms are bigger than Peyton Manning's arms.
I made a meme of him doing this, like with his shoulders. I thought it was funny.
No, so he, I don't know. If this was, well, here's the thing about Peyton Manning that you will like. I don't think you've ever heard this story. If you Google Peyton Manning trainer, in 1997, Peyton Manning was in the Tennessee locker room, and he was accused of mooning the female trainer and forcing his butt onto her face.
Oh, dear.
And Tennessee paid off the charges and everything. If you look it up, if you haven't seen it, I love Peyton Manning. It's a hilarious story. The girl's fine, obviously. But if you don't like Peyton Manning, find dirt on that. Don't find – it came up like a year ago about it. She was checking his ankle. He pulled his pants down and sat on her.
And thus the ankle problems began.
Yeah, so I guess that's so I thought that I always think that's a pretty funny story. You two guys have anything to say about this?
I mean, I think you go ahead, Dave.
Go ahead, George. You got it.
Yeah, I mean, Tim and both you guys hit the nail on the head. Like what you were saying, Tim, that's the big thing is that you look at the difference between Manning and Brady, and like when I first heard the story, I was like, oh, this has got to be all over the place, like the way they treated Deflategate. And then I look at ESPN, like kind of touches onto it, like 20 minutes into the show. They're not really like talking
Mort
about
could
it.
hardly talk about it. It was as if Mort was talking
Mort.
about like
Mort.
his son getting murdered. Like he was like, oh.
Yeah, it wounded him. It
did. It wounded him. Absolutely, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So but that's the. Go ahead.
As if Peyton Manning needed any more spoiling of his legacy or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is it for me? I think it is interesting. Like I know the guys come out and retracted his statement, or he said he was misinformed. But at the same time, if you notice, the rumors were that he got the HGH just after his time with the Colts, right after his surgery. So he comes back for the Broncos. He has that night against the Ravens. He throws 7 TDs, breaks the passing record. He breaks the passing record and the touchdown record, goes to the Super Bowl. Then apparently the NFL puts testing in 2014, and all of a sudden there's a big drop-off for him. I don't know. It's just.
Can I just say? Can I just say?
The NBA.
Can I just say something? This will be my last thought. This will be my last thought on this. Manning's expertise is dissecting defenses by picking his mismatches. Okay. From a cerebral standpoint, I mean that is nothing.
This is like Andy Pettit. Remember Andy Pettit? Andy Pettit was juicing, but just because he got hurt, he did it one time.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Andy Pettit's not a power pitcher, right?
So dude, why don't they make all this shit legal? Like
that's what I've been saying. Like if you want to do steroids, just do it. No,
like in the '80s, like guys were doing coke before baseball games. Like make everything legal. You know what? The NFL players of anybody should be allowed to smoke weed.
That doesn't make any sense. That rule makes no sense.
Brain trauma and all. Just dude, like let them smoke weed. Let them. Not the Adderall. Adderall can hurt you and like your kidneys spoil. It can really like get if you're not, especially if you're not like a prime Adderall candidate. Yeah. But like let the guy smoke weed. You know what I mean?
I feel
don't test for it.
On that point too, I feel bad for like poor LeGarrette, who is just like sitting in the locker room like jonesing every day. Like, come on, just
Le'Veon Bell.
Give me one hit.
Le'Veon Bell got hurt on purpose so he could smoke weed.
Yeah, like Blunt did too.
That is still the funniest story ever. Is when they got pulled over.
I didn't know you could get a DUI for being high.
Still the funniest thing in the world. He's like, officer, I'm not high. I smoked weed like 2 hours ago. Like, don't tell me that.
I mean, look at poor Ricky Williams. He had to retire just so he could go smoke.
Exactly. He became
Ricky Williams. That's a story and a half, man.
He became a yogi.
That's a true. That's 30 for 30.
He literally quit to smoke weed.
Yeah.
He coaches like leagues in China and he's a high school like running backs. He's a running backs coach at what's the team that beat Wisconsin in basketball? Like not
Duke.
Immaculate Heart, but something like that. Duke. Duke. No, it's like a incarnate word. That's it. Incarnate word. Who is better than Tim Tully today? Incarnate Word? Are you shitting me? Yeah,
That's
I know
pretty good
Incarnate
stuff.
Word. Ricky Williams is the running backs coach there. How do you like that?
That's good.
You
That
like
might be. That may or may not be
if
better.
you like that, we all watched an awful football game last night. Redskins Eagles for the NFC least.
I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was entertaining until my boy, number 29, DeMarco Murray,
It was awesome.
fumbles Murray. I love it. The dude complains about getting in the game. He gets in the game, and he fumbles the Eagles' season away.
Mm-hmm.
Great karma. I know he took the money. I know he's mad at Chip. Wouldn't be surprised if he was back next year in Dallas.
He's expressed interest. Is that
Don't
correct?
think I would love it, but if they cut him, I wouldn't be surprised. Also, another guy I was watching during that game, who I would like over a draft pick, is the Redskins quarterback who's wearing a sweatshirt all night.
RG3.
I would not mind him as a backup quarterback for 2 years and then give him a shot. And if he sucks, then you get your pick then. But I think if they're gonna, if they're not, they need a. I think if the Cowboys get a linebacker, I need to have my moment here. It's so frustrating that if Tony Romo only broke his collarbone one time, just not twice. Like, you could break it one time and miss 7 games, just don't break it twice. They would have won the division.
Yeah.
They would have been in the playoffs, and they probably would have won a playoff game. They would have played Seattle, and they held Seattle to 13 points, and last year
Seattle's on a tear as of late.
Yeah,
Seattle.
Romo was back.
Seattle's going to give Carolina a real game.
Yeah, I think Seattle's going to pound the Redskins. So I was hoping that would be the Eagles. I was really hoping that it was going to be Eagles win last night. And I hate the Giants, but I hate the Giants less because I have family that are big Giants fans. So if they're going to be good, go ahead. But I hate the Giants less than I hate the Eagles, and the less than I hate the Redskins. So if the Eagles beat the Redskins and then the Cowboys beat the Redskins next week and the Giants beat the Eagles and Redskins both miss the playoffs and die a miserable death. And that's kind of what I was hoping for because I'm a cynical jerk.
I'm glad it didn't work out because I don't want the Giants in the playoffs whatsoever.
Dude, they're gonna get rolled. I can't wait. We'll get an NFL later, but anything you want to say about that game last night?
I just quickly want to point to Chip Kelly. I don't understand what happened. I mean, you look at Jordan Reed last night. Everybody knows that Jordan Reed's one of the best one-on-one route runners in the game. They never once tried to bracket him. They never once tried anything else, and they stuck with the same thing. That's legitimately the definition of insanity. He carved them up last night one-on-one.
Peyton Manning's going to be on NFL Sunday Countdown.
He's on right now, so I'm going to put that on pause. I'll watch that later.
Yeah, all right.
But yeah, they never once tried anything else. He got murdered. They got murdered up the seams. They got murdered on out routes. Whatever they wanted to do, Kirk Cousins picked and chose whatever he wanted to do, and they just torched him. I mean, 1-on-1, that Eagles secondary is horrific. So to see Kirk Cousins have that amount of success, though, I was pretty impressed. Just the fact that he was throwing the football the way he's been throwing. I mean, he's completed 69% of his passes this year.
No turnovers, man. That's all you got to do.
Not only that, but I mean, he's been better than no turnovers. He's been extremely accurate. And what I like about him this year as opposed to years past, he doesn't force any passes. If he has to, he just goes with the simple check down. And that's what a lot of guys, Sam Bradford, hasn't known how to do for a while now.
Sam Bradford doesn't throw the ball deep. Like Bradford, I don't know if you watched that game last night.
He can't find a balance.
3 minutes,
right.
3 minutes left. They were running 6-yard crossing routes with 3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you can't, down by 2 touchdowns, you can't do that. That's why Chip Kelly's offense doesn't work unless they have a lead. So when the Patriots played the Eagles, you're like, wow, the Eagles offense isn't doing anything. Eagles were up by a touchdown, up by 2 touchdowns, run, check down, crossing route, right? That's how they work. They have to be in the lead or they have to be getting you by surprise. And the Redskins defense, the Redskins have the ball so much that they were like, no, we're just going to dominate you and make Sam Bradford throw 5-yard crossing routes to receivers that can't catch.
Yeah, literally everything's underneath.
Well, Tim,
it's hilarious.
Counteracting your point there, the Patriots, the reason they lost that game against the Eagles was because Belichick threw the game so that way the Giants couldn't make the playoffs.
Of course. That was a good point. Very good point.
The Giants still wouldn't have made the playoffs.
It's just like today. The Patriots are what's it called? The Patriots are gonna
beat the Jets.
Blow the game. They're gonna blow the game so that Pittsburgh drops out of the playoff equation.
I can see it.
I think Pittsburgh's got the best chance in AFC of beating the Patriots.
No question about that.
Yeah.
Not even close.
I think the Steelers are my Super Bowl-ish pick. You know what I mean? Because it's so obvious that you want to put the Patriots and Carolina in. But I think Pittsburgh, Arizona, like a rematch of that Super Bowl, which Madden predicted in the opening sequence of Madden this year, it's Super Bowl Arizona versus Pittsburgh, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting, but at the same time, I think Pittsburgh, and I agree with you, they're definitely behind the Patriots as front runners. But at the same time,
win Foxborough.
well, not only can they not win it, do I think they can't win in Foxborough, I just think that who's their second corner? That guy's terrible.
Yeah.
He's actually like I forget his name. He's actually like horrible. Like I've seen him multiple times.
But hey,
absolutely destroyed.
But relax. So they get to the divisional round of the playoffs. That's because the Steelers are going to be a wild card, right? So they have to play them. So do you think? What did you say?
I didn't say.
It also depends on what seed they get, because if they get the 6th seed, they're opening up against Denver.
Right, but if they get the 5 seed, they open up against
the Texans.
Right, and then the Patriots could possibly play the 6th seed, who opens up not against Denver, against Cincinnati.
Well, depending on how that works out today.
Yeah, that game tomorrow night will be very interesting to see.
It's very complicated. It's a very complicated scenario.
All right, so we got that going on. I think Pittsburgh, but Edelman's going to try to go week 17, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They want to get him.
So only for a couple snaps.
Okay, so Edelman's here. You're talking about the second cornerback. Edelman won't be 100% by divisional round. You can, dude. This is what I can keep saying this and keep bringing it back to this. Julio Jones wasn't healthy after that. Des Bryant hasn't been back, and he's a freak. You know what I mean? He's not a 5'8" white guy. I
understand what you're saying, but that's more towards my point. I don't think Julian Edelman's going to be fully recovered. Yeah. I still think that he's going to be not his typical self, but he's going to be
he's a cutter
relatively
guy,
similar.
You know what I mean? He's that injury. I mean, the Patriots are so smart that they'll just put him in the left slot and they'll say cut left, or when you're in the right, cut right. But then they'll throw one in where he makes the cut on it and does. So I'm not particularly worried about. I'm just saying that cornerback, maybe they put him on Edelman and they say this guy's playing at 75%, or he's playing at 90%.
I still think Julian Edelman, as an extension of the run game at 75%, is more effective than almost any other.
No, absolutely. I think he's definitely effective, and he's an extra. He helps their offense regardless. It's like when Dez came back. He helps their offense regardless if he's getting the ball or not, because he needs to be accounted for.
Yeah, for me, I think the whole key is not really how Edelman and Amendola come back, because if and when they do come back, they're obviously not going to be 100%. Amendola's got that knee sprain, but it doesn't seem like he's going to miss too much time with that. Same with Edelman and his foot injury there. For me, the two big pieces for the Patriots that need to be 100% for the playoffs are Devin McCourty and Donta Hightower. Mm-hmm. Donta coming back in the game today. He's
Hightower
gone down.
Yeah, that McCourty could be a reason.
McCourty's the X factor.
Yeah. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago how I thought Devin McCourty was the most valuable piece on that defense that you don't want to lose, especially now that you got him and Chung out. The secondary is really going to be a little suspect with only Malcolm Butler trying to hold them all together.
Just really quickly, Hightower is what runs that defense. Hightower is...
He runs their front seven, yeah.
Can't stay healthy, dude.
I mean, I think if anything, Donta Hightower is the most important piece of that defense.
I'd say Devin McCourty is, because they still have great players on that front seven. They still have
Collins is coming back.
Jamie Collins, Gerard Mayo, who's having a quietly great year.
Jabal Sheard, too.
Jabal Sheard, his own.
He's been
Malcolm Brown, who's been a solid defensive lineman there. Nink. So I just say... Don't get me wrong, Donta Hightower is the most important person in that front seven. He really makes them go. You saw it against Denver when he went down. Their running game really just carved the Patriots up. But I think the most important man on that defense got to be Devin McCourty.
I just can't understand. I just can't understand why. And maybe this is a conversation for later. But I mean, when you talk about the quarterback of that defense, and I think that term is kind of overused, but Donta Hightower is exactly that. I mean, everything runs through him. You saw how out of sync they were when he's not out there, especially in defending the run game and calling out what's going to be next.
Yeah, defending the run game 100%. I just think like it's too complete. It's almost like there's two defenses. It's like you have the offense, you have the special teams, you have the front run defense, and you have the pass defense. So I get your point saying that.
You're right. It could be debated. I just don't think Devin McCourty's had a great year this year, and it hasn't been extremely.
And if you remember correctly, although it was the first week of the season, Pittsburgh ran very, very well against the Patriots the first.
Extremely
D'Angelo too.
Without Martavis Bryant.
I think a big important
And
a good
Le'Veon Bell
day, because the Patriots are without two starting safeties. McCourty and Chung are both inactive, but they have Hightower coming back trying to stop Chris Ivory in that run offense there. So
Yeah.
they're going to put a lot of pressure on Ryan Fitzpatrick, throwing to Brandon Marshall and Eric Decker. Malcolm Butler's going to have his hands full.
You guys better beat the Jets. You better beat the Jets. Kellen Moore almost beat the Jets.
They're going to beat the Jets.
They only got to play 3 quarters.
But remember, like you've always said it before too. Everyone's going to give the Patriots their best game.
Yep.
Jets are going to do the same today.
And the Jets are playing for their playoff lives and are doing well as of late.
But dude, they were playing for their playoff lives last week, and
against Dallas and almost lost to Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore and Matt Castle. And Matt Castle gave them.
The Jets
yes,
you see that?
Castle handed them
we didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about this. You guys are obviously anti-Matt Castle. Prisco texted me.
Everyone's anti-Matt.
Traded for him and said, this guy is terrible. He's whatever. Honestly, in hindsight, he was worse than Brandon Weeden.
Lot worse.
A lot worse. And I've been waiting for a couple weeks for them to put Kellen Moore in because, frankly, what can Kellen Moore not do that Matt Castle can do? And it's nothing. Like, Kellen Moore went out and threw 3 picks, one of them on a Hail Mary, but they looked like this team could score on every drive when Kellen Moore
It looked exciting.
It's just something to watch. And that's why today we're going to go, after this segment, we're going to finish up with some predictions for Week 16 or some statements. I might, maybe tomorrow night we should all get together and watch that Cincinnati game.
I'm down.
You guys come over here. We got the big screen. Come over, watch it.
It's dope. I've seen it.
Bring some, this is a quick primer for all you prep kids that are watching this. Prep hockey game today, we will have T-shirts. Come up to one of us, ask, and we'll bring you a car after. No drugs, just T-shirts. Dave might have some drugs, but
some drugs.
Maybe maybe some Advil, ibuprofen.
Yeah. I got a lot of antibiotics if anyone wants them.
For some reason, it says Week 14. It's Week 16.
Bill Burt's going to be writing a second article. Local quad of kids arrested on drug charges.
Walk-off drug ring.
Soliciting via the internet.
Walk the hell away. All right. So I guess we'll go right into that. Week 16 predictions, bold predictions across the board. Just a quick one-liner. One-liner, and then we'll do an off-season prediction right after. So do your Week 16 and then do your off-season prediction.
All right. For Week 16, bold prediction, I think Brock Osweiler, who had a really, really good first half against Pittsburgh, in the second half, Steelers totally made the adjustments perfectly, and they shut him out. I think this week he continues and has a more consistent game. I think he actually beats the Bengals, and I think they win relatively handily. And off-season prediction, what do you mean off-season?
Just wait. We'll go around. I'll do mine first, and then we'll. Okay. George, what's your Week 16?
Week 16, bold prediction, very bold. I got the Panthers' first loss this week.
Yeah!
Matty Ice. As much as he's sucked this year, and as inconsistent as he's been, and the Falcons have been, I don't know. I think the Panthers come in underestimating him. I think he rises to the occasion. I think Devontae has a big game. Julio has a big game. And the Falcons hand the Panthers' first loss of the year.
Speaking of that, we didn't talk about Odell Beckham crybaby.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? All right, I'm going to go quick. Because I'm the Des Bryant apologist in this group. If Des Bryant did what Odell Beckham did, he'd be suspended for 5 games.
Absolutely.
5 games.
Question. He's a freaking golden boy
one game?
in the NFL.
Did you see that hit? I thought we were protecting players, right?
Yep.
He could have literally broken his neck.
And it was late.
It was late. It was away from the play.
He turned around to come back.
You know what? And I'm tired of he gets all the apology. He's a punk.
He is a punk.
Did you see the Bills game where he punched a dude in the jaw on a punt?
I wrote an article on this. The only people who disagree with me were Giants fans, which is a big shocker. So.
And you know what? He could be one of the best receivers of all time.
Yeah, he is going to be.
But dude, I get high when I get angry. My voice gets high pitched like that.
You're like Tom Brady.
Do that.
Get on!
You can't do that. All right? We'll move on. We'll go back to our predictions. But I just so frustrated to me that sitting there and they're like, are they going to overturn the suspension? No. They should freaking double the suspension. And wait till tonight when Eli Manning, if they might put up 7 points on Minnesota. Minnesota's banged up defense.
Minnesota's what is it? My bold prediction are that for the third year in a row, Jeff Fisher and the St. Louis Rams are going to take down the Seattle Seahawks, even though Seattle's rolling and Russell
They already
Wilson
beat them this year.
catching fire, but they're going to continue it. They're going to complete the season sweep of Seattle.
Are they one game under 500?
Well, I
They're
hope
2
so.
under. I think they eliminated their chance of going 500. I think they had 9 losses. My bold prediction will not come as a surprise to most of you. Kellen Moore will throw for 300 yards and at least 2 touchdowns today. And the Cowboys beat the Bills 31-7.
I like that.
Like it.
I also think, that's just my Cowboys prediction because I got to have one. My other one is A.J. McCarron will not throw an interception tomorrow night.
But will he throw a touchdown is the question.
Exactly. He won't throw an interception.
The Bengals are a really good team. That's what makes me so sad for them.
Well,
They're
all right,
a really good team.
Wait. I have something I also wanted to say when Georgia brought up the Panthers. Do you guys understand why people hate the Patriots now?
What do you mean?
As you root for the Panthers to lose?
Yes, no, exactly.
You understand now, right?
Totally made me understand. The arrogance, the cockiness, but you know what? It's our arrogant and cocky guys. That's it.
No, it's here. Here's what I have for you. I'm not going to so much compare them to this. This is how I respond to players. You take a dump, right? Right? You take a dump, and you look in the toilet, and you're like, nah, it's not that bad, right? But you go in a bathroom, and somebody forgets to flush, and you look at that dump, and you're like, that's disgusting, right?
What the fuck kind of
Every
comparison?
analogy. Wait.
That was the weirdest but best analogy I've ever heard.
Every team has
Makes sense too.
has their piece of crap, right? Has their guy that Hernandez, not piece of crap guy, but guys that other people.
It's not our piece of crap.
Wait, he was. He was a thug and he was on the team.
No.
He's not ours. He's just a piece of shit.
No, you flushed him. You flushed him.
No.
All right, fine. Brandon Spikes when he was on the team.
Yeah.
I hated Brandon Spikes.
LeGarrette Blount.
I would
now.
say Merriweather.
Yeah,
I'll give you
Merriweather. Okay.
Big Bang Cook. I love Big
guys
Bang
that
Cook.
other teams. Oh, I was listening to the Patriots on the radio the other day because I was driving to New York, and Scott Zolak, there was a big hit, and he goes, "That was a big bang, Brandon Merriweather clutch."
Yes.
I died.
I love Scott Zolak.
So I thought that was really funny. I don't listen to them very much, so I thought it was very funny. But everybody's got their little piece of crap, and it's not too bad to everybody, and it's pretty disgusting to everybody else. So that's my theory. My uncle kind of started that one. We'll go in off-season. Dave, did you have a Week 16? You did.
Yeah.
All right, off-season predictions. My off-season prediction is Chip Kelly will be fired by Valentine's Day.
I can see that.
All right. That was going to be mine. So let me think. Off-season prediction.
Also, Kevin Sumlin will coach an NFL team next year.
I'm going to go with this. You're going to be kind of bummed. Off-season prediction.
0% chance. If you're going to say Jason Garrett gets fired.
No, not Jason Garrett. I don't think Jason Garrett's going to get fired. I think Jerry Jones loves having a cheerleader that won't oppose him. I think Tony Romo is going to announce that he may be at the very end of his football career. I really do.
Not retiring, but
retiring, but I mean, I'm saying.
yeah. I mean,
he's going to bring up the retirements in the very near future. I mean, and I know it doesn't sound like to you because you obviously follow the Cowboys. I mean, it may not sound to you all that crazy, but to a lot of people couldn't imagine Tony Romo being done with his NFL career.
Yeah.
He's had multiple back injuries, like serious back injuries that,
he's
effectively
better. The back is better now. It's
better now, but I'm just saying it's just one of the things that could have ended his football career. Now he's continued to hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
I think he's going to announce that sooner or later it's done for him. So.
Yeah, I think when it comes to Romo, people have kind of a misconstrued because when Romo gets hurt, it's on SportsCenter the next morning. Big Ben gets hurt, it's whatever. They show a blurb. Romo's only missed 2 seasons. He missed the season with the collarbone because Chris Gronkowski didn't block Michael Boley. So thanks for the Gronks for that. And then he missed this season with 2 broken collarbones. When he came back, he might have came back too early, and he knew he was coming back too early. Last year he had the back. He only missed 1 game. But, dude, I agree with you. I think your body can only take so much, and at some point you got to start thinking about your family and stop thinking about.
Ben Roethlisberger said for the first time in his career he's concerned about his
health.
About his health.
After. And he was never concerned about anybody's health. You know, talking about. All right, George. I'm on fire. George, what's your off-season prediction?
Just in light of last night's events, Redskins are clinching the playoffs. I think Kirk Cousins is getting himself a big boy contract.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they'll
Why
never.
do you like that?
Because he's never gonna be great.
No, and this is the thing too.
He'll be this good.
I think what's going to happen, it's going to be the exact same situation with Flacco's contract, is what little promise the Redskins have right now. It's going to be derailed because they're going to pay him too much, and then he's not going to turn out to be what they think he's going to be, and then they're not going to have money to pay to anyone else.
I mean, Flacco's been pretty good.
Yeah.
No, well, I'm not comparing it in that way. I'm just saying like the Redskins are tanking right now because they can't afford to pay any receivers.
We'll see.
Dave?
You will be seeing Peyton Manning suiting up next season as a starting quarterback, but he will not be in Denver anymore.
Where, the Jets?
Jets.
See, I think there are 3 front runners. I think he stays in the AFC. I could see Houston. I could see Jets. And I can see Buffalo.
I like Houston on all those.
I'll bet you everything in my bank account he won't go to Buffalo. I
could see Rex Ryan trying to bring him in to try to beat the Patriots. I can 100% see that.
I don't know. That means he loses Tyrod, and that's not something.
Yeah, they got to sign Tyrod, so I think he might go. Maybe he could go to San Francisco for a year.
Possibly.
I think he wants to be with a team.
He's done it anyways.
Yeah, I know. I think he should have went to Houston instead of Denver.
Yeah, what is it?
He didn't want to play against the Colts because he's not a scumbag.
He should have gone to Arizona back when he had the chance when he's got Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, and he could have brought Arians.
That would have been. Imagine Peyton Manning a couple years ago in that offense, that's like fail-proof offense that Bruce Arians implemented in there.
Arians should win Coach of the Year. I mean,
when they had that defense,
he's awesome.
I know I'm going to sound like a homer.
Belichick, yeah.
Coach of the Year this year.
They've had a lot of injuries. Well, Ron Rivera. Sorry,
what was it? Yeah, and they had
not again, Ron Rivera. I don't think
they're 14-0, and they went 7-8-1.
Actually, you know what? Fine, give him to him. You're right. You know what? If you go even if they don't go undefeated, the fact that they went from going 7-8-1 to this, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
The Panthers are going undefeated.
They haven't lost in a year.
And the lack of weapons they have too, with Kelvin going down at the beginning of the year, what they've been able to do in that offense.
Right. No, right. Absolutely. That offense has been incredible.
That's why he's going to win the MVP too. Yeah. As much as you might disagree, I think it should be a 3-dog race between Carson Palmer, Tom Brady, and Cam Newton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in that order.
I'm going to go dog race today. I'm being edgy. I'll say Greyhound.
The order you just went, I think it's 3-2-1. Carson Palmer, Tom Brady, and then Cam Newton. I think Cam Newton deserves it at this point.
Yeah, that's what I was. All right. My other bold prediction.
Quick football prediction. The Cardinals are going to beat the Panthers in the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. Panthers.
Hey, I wrote an article about how they.
We said bold.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, man. Here's my other off-season prediction. I'll actually throw up the title for this one. Robert Griffin III will sign with the Dallas Cowboys after he's released.
We'll see.
He'll sign within the NFC East, if not Philadelphia. But I don't think he can make the Philadelphia-style throws. But I think Chip Kelly will be in. You know what? I have 5 right now. 5 NFC East ones for you. 1, Chip Kelly won't be the coach of the Eagles next year. 2, RG3 will be a Cowboy. 3, the Cowboys won't draft a running back again. 4, Chip Kelly will be the coach in Tennessee next year. And 5, Tom Coughlin will not retire or get fired this season.
Yeah, he'll never get fired. You can't fire him after you win 2 Super Bowls.
That's my NFC East report for you guys.
No matter how bad your coaching is in 1 year, Tom Coughlin will never.
We got to wrap it up because I got 38 minutes until the massacre at the Ralph.
Yes.
What is one thing you're super excited to see in Week 16 that really doesn't mean much?
Oh boy, let me think about that.
Mike's Kellen Moore, obviously. The freaking Idaho potato launcher out there.
I can't wait for the Monday Night Football matchup of Cincinnati-Denver. We're supposed to be an Andy Dalton, Peyton Manning scoring fiasco, and now features the likes of Brock Osweiler versus Alabama's A.J. McCarron.
I'm excited.
I think it's going to be.
Don't muff a punt today.
Is Martin
catch everything?
Don't even catch it.
Don't put anybody back. Don't put anybody back.
Blitz 11 every play.
Don't put anybody back. You've done it 4 weeks in a row.
Blitz 11 every week.
Why not? Why not?
Every day. Why not? I mean, the chance, if you do that every time, I bet you get more, and if you block one kick and return it for a touchdown, you have more return yards than you would have had if you put somebody back there every time. That should have been your bold prediction. The Patriots won't fumble a punt.
No, that's not my bold prediction.
That's too bold.
That's not way too bold.
What I'm excited about, I don't have anything I'm excited about this week, but week 17, I don't know why, but I get super hyped up every year when the Chiefs have clinched a playoff spot and throw Chase Daniel out there, and he always wins.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's my favorite thing. He always beats the Chargers and keeps them out of the playoffs. Obviously not this year, but it's hysterical every time, so love it.
All right.
Frisco, your dog is making my dog bark now.
My dog doesn't bark because she's better than both of your dogs.
No, she's not. Not Teddy.
My dog's name is Peyton, by the way.
Of course it is.
Like Walter Payton, though, not Peyton Manning.
Good.
I wanted to name it Witten, but I didn't think of it in time. You can't really call a dog Witten.
I can see you doing that.
That'd be my next dog.
What about Dez?
Dez.
We only have girl dogs.
Oh.
Desi.
Then how could you call your girl dog Witten?
Witten,
like Desdemona?
It's her last name.
Boom.
Name dog
Desdemona with a
I name my dog Socks if I wanted to.
You're not calling him a last name. You'd be Witten Tully.
Yeah, Witten Tully, but Witten's girlier than Dez.
Witten? That sounds girly to you?
I mean, not girly, but you could name a girl. My dog's name is Peyton.
So what you're saying is Jason Witten's a girl?
No.
Pretty
Jason
much.
Witten.
We could leave it at that.
I'm naming it after Jason Witten's wife. How about that?
Jason Witten. That works.
All right, Dave. What are you excited for this week?
Oh, did I not give what I'm excited for this week? Oh shit!
Oh, no, you're excited for the game. You're excited for the Bengals game.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
I was like, wait. I thought I did.
What we got?
Walk-off.
Walk-offs for the week. I'm gonna stick it with my man, the Idaho potato launcher, because I got nothing else to live for right now, football-wise. You know what? I will walk off. I'm gonna walk off to the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking down. I'm saying it in advance. Taking down Notre Dame in the widest margin in Fiesta Bowl history. That's my bold prediction. We'll just do bold prediction walk-offs because nothing's really happened.
Everything's so bold. We're just being
bold.
Hot
Christmas
takes
time
only.
edition.
Hot takes only. My walk-off is going to be to the tears that Mark Brunell doesn't cry for Peyton Manning this week, because I you know what? Honestly, there's about as much proof against Peyton Manning as there was for Tom Brady, and I don't see a tear fest on ESPN. So, I got this thing on pause. I got Manning waiting to tell us how sickened he is and disgusted that these allegations are being made against him. But you know what? They can cry me a river. In fact, Mark Brunell can cry me a river. My walk-offs to the tears he'll never cry. Double standards.
My walk-off, USA Juniors hockey. My boy Colin White scores a goal.
I saw that. That was awesome.
And then immediately follows up with the dab. Also walk-off to me for officially just murdering the dab.
Nice.
Good job, George.
Thank you.
All right, my walk-off today has got to go to Pete Frady's and the Strikeout ALS campaign.
Yeah.
Two big events they got today. They have Plunge for Pete, which happens up in, is it Gloucester or Newburyport?
I think it's Rockport.
Rockport, one of the ports up there. A bunch of guys are going to be taking the polar plunge for Pete Frady's ALS research. Well, sorry, I don't know my geography. And also at 3 o'clock today, St. John's Prep Hockey will be taking on the newly minted Pope Francis Cardinals in the Pete Frady's Winter Classic up in Merrimack College there. Prep coming off a 2-1 overtime victory after being down 1-0 with 1:30 left in the game, so should be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and we'll play you out with a little Mark. Are you?
He's the reason for the teardrops on my guitar. The only thing that keeps me wishing on a wishing star. He's a song
On the deck, I keep crying, I don't know why I do. All right, boys. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy
Merry
New Year.
Christmas.
And brace yourself for Kellen Moore making Rex Ryan quit his job.
See you next year.
I
See you guys.
breathe.